Why isn't this working?
Quent. Quando.
Okay, so we're gonna do this in 3 phases. So the first phase will be RPG, whatever you want to do. You guys are tight as
Okay,
so like do some role playing.
Okay, so
figure out.
we're gonna
do this in 3 phases. Do whatever you want to do. Hello, Wastelanders! Welcome back to a few Neutrons more, a Fistful of Neutrons story. My name is Justin. I am. I hope everyone had a wonderful week and a couple weeks and are super excited. Thank you all for joining us today. Hello, players.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today?
Freaking
fantastic.
peachy,
Yeah.
keen. Yeah, loving it.
Loving
It's
it.
Sunday. It's Fallout. It's what a time to be alive.
What a time
to be alive.
to be
It is a time.
alive. Yes, so this is episode 5 of A Few Neutrons More, season 2 of our 2D20 campaign, powered by Modifius Entertainment. So thank you so much, Modifius, for creating this game and allowing us to play in your wonderful universe that you have created. Yeah, a big thank you to all of you wonderful Wastelanders who are tuning in ever faithful with us every couple of weeks to see the ongoing every couple weeks to watch us play. It humbles us. Make sure, if you're brand new, that you've subscribed to the channel to get all of that wonderful War Games news radio news updates. That new hotness that you're looking for. And yes, also, we are continuing to raise funds for the humanitarian effort in Ukraine. Our link is down below. So if you have a couple of dollars that you can throw our way, please do click on the link down below. Every dollar helps. And I think we are still being matched dollar for dollar, actually, by an anonymous benefactor. So any dollar that you donate is doubled. So please do throw anything that you can. It is very, very appreciated. The charity runs through Project Hope and has already brought more than $15,000 to the humanitarian effort for the Ukraine. So, and I think you've helped us raise over 2,600. 20, what are we at right now?
We are at the current track is at 2650. You'll see the number at the bottom of your screen there of the new goal of 3,000 for the end of the season.
So like in reality, you've helped us raise like over $5,000. So that is amazing. We love you so much. Thank you guys. But before we get going to the action, I've got some standard housekeeping to take care of. A quick reminder that this adventure takes place in the world of Fallout, and sometimes that means it gets a little icky. It can go to a little bit of a dark place, but we're gonna keep it fun dark, not grim dark. So you're gonna see things like explosions and people getting shot and fucking swears and some mild drug use and some mature subject matter, but we promise to keep it fun, weird, and not icky weird. So if you think you're going to be upset by anything which may occur in the post-apocalypse, I should say, this might not be the right show for you, but we're not going the road on it. We're going Mad Max, not the road.
We're not going to eat people.
Yeah, when eating people? When does that get fun?
Wow.
We'll try. We'll try not to eat too many people.
We won't set out to eat people.
We're not going to eat people on purpose.
Oh, was I not supposed to be eating these people?
No, you don't eat those people. Speaking of which, okay, so now that that's gone out of the way, why don't we go around the horn and reintroduce ourselves to our characters? Why don't we start off with Grant, Mr. Grant? Tell us about yourself and your character.
Yeah, I've been wandering these lands for quite a while. Though this is the furthest east I've been in a couple of years here. Traveling, of course, with my good boy Duke. My little voice box, don't get shot in the throat, kids, and little unreliable robot mess that is basically scrap parts that I'd like to sell pretty soon. Mr. Microwave, and of course my good friend Johnny Bottlecap keeps me on the straight and level. Is that a phrase? Anyway, excited to be here in this new place. A little worried. Seems like there's some heat about to hit us here. There's a heat wave coming from the Locos. A little bit concerned, and happy to be in Anthony's refuge.
Absolutely. Why don't we throw it on over to Mr. Raj playing Johnny Bottlecap? What is up?
Hello and good evening. My name is Raj, and I play the character of Johnny Bottlecap, our dear friend who is from the vault and just really getting his legs under him, figuring out about this crazy thing called life.
It's crazy,
Aren't we
crazy
all?
little thing called life.
Aren't we all?
We people just see in Johnny what they want to see in themselves. You
Yeah.
know,
He's a mirror. You hold him up
Yeah,
to
you open the book
society.
and it's just a mirror, and it's really a reflection of yourself. And that's Johnny.
He is
That's
Times
Johnny.
Person
That's
of the
Johnny.
Year, Johnny Bottlecap. He is you. And why don't we toss it last but not least, deposed overseer turned player, Ryan Danger. What's up with you and your character, Mr. Microwave?
Oh, nerfing, just hanging out, playing a game with my friends. Yeah, I'm Ryan. I play the character of Mr. Microwave. I am a Mr. Handy from the pre-war times, in the before times,
In the
long,
before
long
times.
ago.
In the long ago.
I found myself. I was elevated from the status of NPC to player character in this season, and having a great time getting back on the road, adventuring with my friends. A former adventurer's companion myself. It's nice to be back out on the road. Still sort of figuring my haven't spent a lot of time in the post-war world proper, so still very much getting my thruster jet under me, not legs under me, as Johnny would say. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, loving every minute of it, and yeah, about to deal with some family issues unintentionally, apparently, with what to do when your teenage daughter becomes a raider.
Right?
Do they make a book? Do they make a book for that? I don't know.
So your teenagers become a raider. How do you talk to them about raiding?
Their God, it's me, Ember. Yeah. What do we do with this?
Ooh, I like that. That's good. That's good. That was good. Yes. So that sets the scene perfectly. Seen from above. You are all in a hardy and steadfast farmhouse that has been built by Titus and Athena's own 4 hands. And he's just welcomed you in to have a bit of dinner and sit down and talk about how you are going to hunt down Ember Many Shields, who is your target, the raider of the leader, I should say, of a small band of raiders who has been harassing and harrying Anthony's refuge. He dropped this bombshell on you at the end of last episode as Ingrid Semmelweis, I should say, has recruited you to capture Ember. Hopefully at all costs alive, to be returned to the wheel, or maybe dead if all goes not according to plan. So where you guys are right now is let's say it's later in the evening that day. We're going to run this episode just a little bit differently. Don't get scared. It's going to be okay. We're going to do some...
We fear change.
We're going to do some RPing. There's going to be sort of 3 phases to this episode. I want you guys to sort of think of this as like a heist movie. So we're going to start off with some RPing. You can get all the information that you need and whatnot. And then we're going to go into a planning phase where you guys as player characters can talk about what you actually want to do, how you want to set this up, how you want to go about capturing Ember with the information that you gather from the role-playing phase. And then we're going to go into the execution phase where we're going to actually run this girl down and see what time it is and what it's all about. So yeah, I want you guys to think out of the box. I want you to get weird with it. I am so excited to see what you guys come up with. And you can ask questions. Anthony's Refuge is you're just in a town or in the farmhouse, like 5 minutes outside of town. So if you need to head back and you want to talk to other people, not a problem. Use the resources you got. Like, yeah, I want you to really play in this space. All right, so play in this space with me.
Come and play in this space
Play
with
in
me.
this space with me. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
And
Let's do
we
it.
are now going to, the camera pans down and slowly through the window, it creeps up. And we set the scene of you all sitting down, I guess floating for Mr. Microwave around. But Thena and Titus have prepared for you a little farmer's dinner, a little country lunch for you. And you're sitting down to eat and discuss. And we go.
Appreciate the meal. It's a lot better than eating dried bits of squirrel meat and whatever else we can find. So much obliged.
What is the meal, Overseer?
Oddly enough, there's very little meat. They're not, it doesn't seem they're much of hunters, but there is an abundance of vegetables that Thena and Titus explained that they have canned from last, they canned and pickled from last year's harvest, and from their own garden they're feeding you nearly fresh
agrarian society,
nearly fresh fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Hey, if there's anything we can do for you, I'm pretty handy with a multi-tool and a wrench. If you need me to fix anything before we go, I'm quite happy to lend a hand. And say, listen, I don't know if this is a sensitive topic around town, but is it a widely known thing that Ember is Many Shield's daughter?
Titus kind of sighs and puts his fork and his knife down and leans back and says, well, yes and no. They're myself, Thena, of course. Ingrid is aware. Most of the town folk, however, aren't up to speed. He kind of chuckles and he says, Thena and I have a relationship with Many Shields. We go way back. Ingrid too. So most of the town folk just want Ember dead. They don't give a shit who she is. But a debt is owed to the lion. And I would like to see his daughter return to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any idea about the coyotes? Are they aware of this?
I'm sure that the coyotes have had eyes on her. In fact, and he kind of rustles around in his pocket and he's like, you know, that letter that I was going to send you back with to Many Shields, it is about this very thing. Give him heads up that she's been spotted. She kind of went to ground for a while and lost track of her. But we've seen her out of these parts. She's a fucking spitting image of her father. It's impossible to miss her.
Well, that was going to be one of my next questions, was whether or not Master Many Shields was aware of his daughter's apparently dubious behavior. Are the people of the land, are they also aware that this Ember character is also affiliated with one of their own, or is that something Master Many Shields has kept to himself, so to speak?
I'd
Close to
imagine.
the vest, if you will.
I'd imagine. I can't speak for him, but I'd imagine that he's kept that part quiet. You don't want your neighbors knowing that your only daughter is a bastard child from a egomaniacal fucking raider like the Scald.
Yeah. Do we have any sense what exactly Ember is trying to accomplish? I've definitely crossed paths with some raiders that are just in the bucket of fucking crazy category, but does she have any particular motivation here?
At this, Thena kind of pipes up and she goes, she's a teenager. She's fucking rebelling against her father. She's sowing her wild oats. She's carving a name for herself. She's whatever you want to say. I think she's mad at Many Shields, to be honest. I think she's trying to lash out against him. And how worse than setting up shop with fucking raiders?
Well, I guess we all been there, except maybe the scrap heap over there.
You all set up shop with raiders?
You
Oh, parents. Oh, yes, right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
So, we're willing to tell you anything that we know about her and anything that might help in your little mission here, but I don't know how much we can lend a hand. And Titus kind of scoffs, goes, well, I could definitely lend more than a fucking hand, Thena. And she shoots him he's mid-sentence with this, and she shoots him a look that shuts him the fuck up.
Okay, Grant's puckering a little. Awkward.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
So, is the primary concern there that you'd lose Titus?
Thena looks down at her lap and puts her hands in her lap and looks up and doesn't look at you, but looks at Titus and says, we've been through a lot, and it's taken a lot for us to carve this life out. And Lord knows that I can't manage this place on my own without Titus. Johnny, I want you to take a look around the room. Give me a perception. I can't add luck. I wish. Actually, give me a luck plus. Let's see how fucking lucky you are, you some bitch.
He's pretty
lucky.
I mean,
pretty
I'd
lucky.
say so.
Give me a luck plus. Is there there's not a history? I wish there was a history or something.
Yeah. We still need to homebrew something to
Something like that.
With that.
Not science, definitely not. So
What?
yeah.
Good.
I have an overall mastery of
As
speech,
you know.
as you know.
Cool. So yeah, give me a. Oh baby,
Of course.
boy.
Oh
Hey,
my.
Three successes.
Oh
Great.
my.
3
So
6.
I'm picking up on whatever is being thrown down.
It looks like.
Baby boy. Okay, cool. Yeah, so as you're looking around the room, you see bits and baubles and trinkets that have been kind of collected. You see a big green chest with a white star on it by the front door with some dog tags on the top and sort of a dusty pith helmet. You look around, you see over the fireplace, there's 2 spears that are red and have red and black handles. You see some rad stag heads mounted on the walls. You see some books, not ruined books, but have been collected. You see histories on. You see Marcus Aurelius is in the bookshelf. You see the history of Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Hoover, biographies there. You see pre-war American histories there, and a lot of history books on Rome. You see a Latin to English dictionary there, and also see over the doorway going out is a Winchester repeating rifle.
Ooh.
Over the door with it looks very, very well maintained. You already know that Titus is ex-Legion, but you're starting to get a picture that Thena might not have been Legion at all.
Oh, I was gonna ask because at one point someone said Athena was her name. So that's curious.
It's just Thena, Thena, Thena.
Oh, that's I remember. I'm pretty sure I heard you drop an A in there somewhere, but okay.
It might have been
oh, like Thena.
Athena.
Thena. Wait, her name's not Thena. Okay.
Dathena.
Don't be embarrassed about your name.
Cool.
Own it. It's good. Okay.
So yeah, she kind of gives a heartfelt speech that she can't lose Titus.
Now, ma'am, I don't know if you've taken a good look at me at all, but we could certainly use someone as skilled as Titus in our party to make sure that I come back out of this in one piece.
She gives you a sweet as syrup smile, Johnny, that like warms you up inside. Like she's giving you a genuinely sweet, and she's matronly. She's older, and she has kind eyes, and she looks at you and she smiles and says, "I don't give a fuck if you die in a trench."
Yeah, I was feeling that coming. Yeah.
And Titus pops up and goes, "Athena, like we can't keep doing this. I can't keep fighting them off our fucking fences forever. Like I'm getting old. I'm getting slow. Like this might be the best shot." Power to maybe take her down. He's kind of giving you, he's fucking setting you boys up. He's teeing you up. And he shoots a look over at Johnny and Grant and kind of like raises his eyebrows.
Yeah, like we've all lost some people here. Had to leave people behind. Good people. It's tough to do it by yourself. Now, I don't want to get into your business. You've chosen to live outside of town. There's lots of
to make a difficulty 2 persuasion, speech, charisma. Sorry, I should say plus speech roll.
Alrighty. Here's
I
the
need-
numbers are
assist.
13.
Target numbers of 13. I need 2 successes. Oh, well, there it is.
Duke tried. I was on the Duke character.
I was going to
sheet.
say,
He-
you know
he
what?
marked
Thanks, buddy.
You
convincingly.
know what? Duke comes up and lays his head on Thena's lap, and weirdly enough, she instinctually just goes down and starts scratching it. I guess not weird. She has dogs.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And
Yeah,
she
she gets it.
Yeah, she gets it. She fucking gets dogs. And she looks you, Johnny, dead in the eyes. And the sickly sweet smile has gone off her face, and she says very solemnly and quietly to you, if he dies, I will never forgive you.
Well, I'll do everything I can to make sure he comes back to you, and that's my guarantee to you.
Grant, give me a perception plus survival.
Okay. Rolling. One success.
Yeah, you can see tears start to well in her eyes. And she stands up and excuses herself. And she says, out of the house, out into the back of out of the back field. And you all look over, and Titus is grinning like a pig in shit.
That did not feel good.
No.
And he
sort of feel
claps.
bad.
He claps his hands together. He says, "God damn it! It's been been years since I've had myself a good fucking scrap. Fighting these fuckers off from the town is one thing, but like taking it to them, fuck yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah.
listen, one of the things that you can do best for us here is obviously you're wanting to get your hands dirty. I'm sure you look like the kind of guy who can take care of himself, but tell us everything you know about this train, about the train line, about their tactics, how many we can expect, what sort of weaponry they have. Paint us a picture here.
Well, see, now that's where the fucking pickle is. I don't know a lot. I can tell you what I think, what I would do if I was launching a raiding party on an unsuspecting town. Not that I've ever done such a thing. And he says, about 10 kilometers northwest of here, there's a switching station. It's an old abandoned train yard that has a rundown platform and some water tanks that they could probably fill up their steam engines with. If I was going to launch an attack, it'd be from there. Absolutely. I can't see any other logical place where they would stop.
So the train doesn't. The train isn't part of the attack when it comes. It's. Do they come on foot, or can you see the train from town? What's the How do they launch the attack?
Did you see any train tracks in town, Junior?
Well, no, but to be quite honest, there
Well,
wasn't
then
much of
how's a
town to
Fucking train
right,
getting into it.
I didn't, maybe not through the town itself, but
They come on foot. Now,
Okay.
here's the
that's
weird.
a much more polite way of saying it. Thank you.
Here's the interesting part. Ember's rarely seen with them. She hasn't been in 3 or 4 attacks, but they do speak about her that they've got to get stuff back to the train, back to Ember, so they'll come in and raid. So we know she's out there, but she doesn't put herself on the front lines. She sends her lackeys. They're moderately well armored, on foot, and they have some pretty interesting weaponry. I can tell you that.
Go on.
Define interesting.
Well, you seen a flamethrower?
Have I? I like put my newly finally have ammo flamethrower and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. Well,
Ow.
they have similar, I guess, technology. I'm not too much of a gun guy, but it doesn't shoot flame. It shoots steam. It burns the fucking skin off of, cooks people alive. That's what Ingrid's been dealing with, is severe 3rd-degree burns, and that's if they're lucky. Otherwise, they're just engulfed in a field of steam and boiled in their own skin.
I wonder if their fuel tanks are immune to 308 rounds.
I'd be willing to bet they're not, and I'd love to see you fucking lay some of them out.
That's a really fucked up thing to use, I think.
Yeah, no shit. It's almost like they're fucking psychopathic raiders, dipshit.
Yeah, that's really uncouth. Really untoward, I must say.
Yeah, I guess call the Hague. I don't fucking know what to tell you.
All right, I got a question for you.
Absolutely.
Do you know any coyotes personally, or how to reach them?
I probably wouldn't be the best person to talk about that. You might want to talk to Terry about that. Terry's just been standing in the corner the whole time.
I was gonna say, hasn't he been here the whole time?
Yeah, Terry's been hanging out. No, he's
hungry.
he's been in the house. Let's say he's upstairs and
Jump scared, just like
in his
Jesus
room.
Christ.
Hi, it's me, Terry.
Whoa.
Well, hey there. But yeah, he says Terry might be the one to talk about that. He might be able to get in contact with them if. Wow, what are you thinking? They're probably not going to fucking help you with this. This is a fucking solidly us problem. The people of the land, they don't really give two shits about the raiders coming into our town.
Well, they may not, but it's always worth a shot, I guess. Say, listen, do you know, this is a long shot. You're saying that they like to load their steam engine up with water from these water tanks. Do you have access to any kind of material that is sticky and water soluble? Sugar, maybe, something along those lines.
Yeah, sure. I just planted beets. So if you give me the harvest and then we can build something to refine it into sugar, and then we can put some in their fucking gas tank, I guess. Sure.
I'll take that as a no then.
No,
That
I
sounds
don't.
really helpful.
There's not a distillery in town or
No.
a stockpile of sugar cane or some shit
No.
somewhere.
No, I don't have a fucking endless supply of sugar. This is your plan? And he kind of like looks at you. He's like,
We're
sugar in the
working around.
gas tank. That's
It's
his,
We're
being
working around.
workshopped.
We're spitballing.
Being
here.
workshopped.
Thank you
Uh,
very
he-
much.
you guys finish. He starts cleaning up the table, and he rolls out an old sort of laminated sheet of like plastic, and he goes and he gets some markers and he starts like crudely drawing the train station out.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's like, this is what I remember it being, but I haven't been there in a couple of years. There ain't no reason for me to go out there and get my ass kicked for fucking no reason.
Yeah. How many of them are they normally when they do come?
Between I'd say about 24 and maybe 30.
Oh, fuck, that's so many. That's so many. Okay, all right.
Yeah, they come in force. That's part of the whole deal. So like,
How many armed members in town are there, other than Ingrid? How many people would take up rifles?
if you're thinking about going to war, there's gonna be probably nobody in town with fighting spirit left. We're
Right.
too busy. We're too busy trying to defend our own borders. We don't have the strength to launch an assault.
No, not so much thinking about launching an assault, just making it appear like they'd have to come to us and that we're a little more ready for them. See, when people launch an attack, they rarely expect to be counterattacked. They're not as safe outside their train, and they're not as safe if their train can't move. So I'm thinking we either try to find a way to disable that train. If you don't have 10,000 sugar bombs in a root cellar under your house, then maybe we just throw a log or a rock on the track. That might do it.
Well, the train, we don't necessarily need to make the train not move, but if the train has nowhere to go, it doesn't matter if it can move. These rail lines that they travel on, I don't imagine that they could be in the world's greatest condition. How easy would it be for one to, let's say, remove some of these lines from either the front or the end of where this thing was parked, and perhaps, like it or lump it, it's not going anywhere very far after that.
Well, yeah. Any kind of grumbles? Because I mean, I got some pickaxes, and we could definitely lever some of these train tracks up. However, we probably be under fire the whole time. I would say it's
Yeah, I mean, really.
Yeah. Podemos just
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay.
my what is yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
why I'd say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Turning.
It's stuck. Yeah.
Fair.
He kind of leans back and he sighs.
Sorry, hey, hold tough, guys.
Okay.
We're having more audio issues coming through again. Oh yeah, sorry, gang. I'm working behind the scenes here to make sure keep everything snappy. But apologies that it's dropping
Do we
out.
want to take a 5, do a reset and come back to try to?
Let's keep going for a couple minutes here. If it keeps dropping out, we'll take an earlier than usual halftime break perhaps while I do some moose internet rejigging behind the scenes. But just wanted to address that I'm hearing and following your comments in the sections there, gang. So
Sorry, you guys?
We're working on it.
We're working on it. Are you guys tracking the plan there? Are we?
No, it's not. It's not. I don't think it's coming through right now, unfortunately, for some of the folks, which is too bad. I don't know why, because this is a first. We're having audio only issues.
Okay.
I think we're coming through here again. Like, yeah. It's coming back. Maybe not. Rifleman's in the chat. Plan did not come through.
Well, we're not done planning, but that's good. Okay.
We're not working on it. Gang, apologies. I'm not sure what the moose is doing, but he's not having the best time here today. So I'm working on it behind the scenes while we're chatting here. So thank you all for hanging tough. Anyway, we are still formulating the plan. So somebody give a quick where we're at in the plan. Recap.
So I've just there's a switching yard, there's a train turntable. They've been told that the train comes in with about 20 to 30 raiders, where they unload and make the 10-kilometer march to raid the town. There is one train line in. They normally take the one train line out again. And there has been talk about perhaps modifying Mr. Microwave's arm, his flamethrower, into a cutting torch, to maybe cut the train lines after they've come into the switching station. I've let them know that yes, they can do that, but then his arm is going to be a cutting torch and not a flamethrower.
Little tradesies there.
Titus is then just now leaned back and he said, well, the the defenses are going to be manned regardless here in town. If we could create a diversion here in town and make it look like it's just another run-of-the-mill raid,
Yeah, you're reading my mind now.
while we go in and hit the train and assault Ember's armed guard. He kind of grumbles. He's like, there'd be some convincing to do to the town folk, mainly Ingrid. She's dealt with way too many casualties recently, but if we could kind of prop it up and make it look like we're making one grand last stand and really draw them in, they'll be fucking shocked that I'm not around, though. And at that, you hear from the doorway, and you all turn and see that Thena is there with her Winchester repeating rifle in hand and her Arizona Ranger gear on.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And she says, well,
Okay.
well, I might be able to help you out with some of that. And at that, we will take a halftime break.
Oh, snap. Okay, shit. Now,
yeah.
now shit got interesting. This is the fucking power couple of the year. Let me just tell you right now.
So
Got a fucking Ranger and a Praetorian fucking shacked up. All about it. Into it.
So when we come back from the break, we're going to try to do some techno jigging on the back end. We're going to continue to formulate the plan. And then, we will see if we can get to the execution during this episode. So please do come on back. We would love to see you. Sorry about the first half of the episode having some techno issues. We're going to try our best to resolve that. Let's give it a 20-minute break. How does everyone feel about that to try to get this?
Solid 15. 15. If I can't fix it in 15, oh baby, we can get it. But
we're gonna do a 15-ish minute break, and then we'll come on back for the last half of the episode 5. So I hope you all do come back. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Hang tough. We will be right back after these messages.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second half. Thank you so much for sticking through. I hope we got all the gremlins out of our tech issues. Cross your fingers for us.
I think so. Touch wood, knock wood.
It kind of sucks because, man, we were doing that was some serious podcasting.
We were thinking
like
on the fly there for a hot minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So to recap a little bit, Titus has given some information about this train switching yard. And Thina has shown up back after her little sad walk in her NCR, her old retired NCR Ranger gear with her weapon in hand, saying that maybe she can help bolster the defenses of Anthony's refuge while you guys are off on your little commando strike mission.
Amazing.
So yeah, you gather that Thina is ex-NCR of some repute. She's not wearing like the LAPD fucking flak vest or anything.
So that was going to be my next question. Yeah.
No, she's like a range, not the super elite ranger. She's
like the patrol rangers.
Yeah, the patrol rangers.
The ones in the other armor with the weird hats.
Yeah,
First recon.
Yeah.
No, she's not wearing the red beret. You aren't that lucky.
Yeah.
But she is in some high-end fucking armor with a powerful ass weapon. So so the way that we're going to continue this whole planning phase is we can kind of drop in and out of doing some RP, but this isn't going to happen tomorrow morning. In fact, you don't really know when they are going to strike. That might be something to ask. But you're going to have time to get sort of your ducks in a row and set the trap. So, and we will do like an 80s montage sort of to get things in order before you decide to launch the plan.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So last episode we talked, I was just trying to get an idea of the frequency of their attacks. And so it was like round and about every 4 days, kind of, sort of, not really.
No, not 4 days. It would be like weeks. Some weeks will stretch on.
Weeks will stretch on. Oh, okay.
Yes, but it has been several weeks since they last attacked.
So we're due, right? It was kind of the feeling
in the
around
next
town.
In the next little bit, people's hackles are getting up. They're expecting an attack soon.
Okay,
sooner rather than later.
Do they take something specific, or are they just raiding for fun?
Anything
are they raiding for food? Or are they
anything that they can get their hands on? So this kind of lends itself to why there's not anything really to fucking trade in this town, because it's all been kind of stolen. They keep getting repelled. Like they kind of come in, they attack, creative enough distraction and boiling people alive to grab what they can and then fuck off before too many of them die.
I encourage Johnny, who is the most charismatic of all, to see if maybe Trapper Terry knows how to get a couple of coyotes on board.
Or at the very least, how to maybe get a message if they have if they're like network, trades back. If we can get word back to Eugene Many Shields that Ember Many Shields is out in this way, maybe we get him to come this way, or maybe he lends us some help, like some of those big baller fucking power armor dudes. Or
I like it. Or we can buy some landmines from the coyotes. I don't know if that's a thing they have.
That would be fucking stellar.
We got some caps now. Cha-ching.
Maybe we can find a way that if we can either communicate back to the wheel, like via coyote, or if maybe we could talk to the coyotes into like, hey, we're gonna fuck some shit up. You want to come fuck some shit up with us?
You want to go half these?
We got
We're gonna
have a target-rich environment of raiders, and we'd like you to help us clear them out.
Terry is in the house. Yeah, you can. He's staying there overnight before he heads back to the wheel in the morning. Was his plan at the end of last episode. So if you wanted to talk to Terry, we could do that scene.
Yeah, Johnny goes and finds Terry wherever he is, presumably in his private quarters or something.
Yeah, he's He's on the second floor of this old farmhouse, and he's got his pack out in front of him, and he's sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor, cleaning his weapon. And he goes, "Oh, hey, Johnny, how you doing there, bud?" This is gonna be a fun scene.
Hey, Mr. Terry, I know you're up here kind of tending to your own business, but I'm certain you may have overheard at least some portion of what we're planning to do.
I honestly, I don't know what you're talking about there, bud. And then you can like look down at the floor and like it's clear as day. You can see, like you can hear
there's like daylight coming through the boards.
Yeah, you can hear fucking Grant's heartbeat.
Hey, you and I should play cards sometime, pal.
For sure, absolutely.
Well, I what I really want to know is how in the hell can we get some backup? Because we're basically going on. I don't want to call it a suicide mission, but it's gonna be real dangerous. And some of your fellas with the power armor, now I feel like they're pretty resilient to bullets, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. They could make short work of the raiders, that's for sure. But I mean, I don't know how much I can help you here, Johnny. Like I don't really have that relationship with them. Like I can't just call them up and be like, "Oh, hey, come and fucking kick some guy's ass for me." Like if I could do that, then you and I wouldn't have gone into the fucking gecko den. I would have just grabbed them.
How quickly could you get even just a message back to Eugene or anyone back at the wheel?
He kind of looks around a little bit and he like leans in close to you. He goes, "Well, I mean," and takes a drag of his cigarette and he goes, there might be a way
Doing Foley work.
Yeah, there might be a way to get a message back, but we'd have to be
sneaky,
a little sneaky about it. Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Well, you know, that is something of a speciality of mine.
I'm leaving in the morning, so like when are you, like what do you need?
I think if we could maybe get word back to Eugene as to what we're after, maybe he might be able to line up a little bit of assistance to send out our way.
He kind of whispers to you. He's like, "Okay, but you have to play it cool, okay? Just
have you seen me? I'm cool as cucumber."
I don't know what you're talking about. There are probably no coyotes even in the vicinity, but I gotta stretch my legs. Why don't you and I go for a walk there, eh? Okay.
Oh, I love walking. It is among my most favorite activities.
You smoke? You wanna go for a dart with me?
I smoke all the time. It's what I'm most known
something
for.
You've never known about Johnny's character. He smokes 3 packs a day.
He's
actually,
constantly like a chimney.
It's just never come up in like 30 episodes. It's never come up.
Yeah. So Ted, what? Trapper Terry leads you outside and goes, let's head out. And it's now well after dark in the evening. And he starts to like walk down the road a little bit and he says, you want that smoke there?
Yeah, light me up, Captain.
Yeah, so he hands one of the cigarettes from the pack to you, and then he kind of makes a whistle like a bird, like a very loud whistle, and like woohoo, woohoo, and starts to flick his lighter. So, I just can't seem to get this cigarette lit, and he like flicks it in a pattern, like you can tell, like it's 3 quick flicks, 1 flame. 3 quick flicks, 1 flame. And he does that for a little bit and whistles a couple more times, really, really loudly, like strangely, supernaturally loudly. And he goes, "Well, I guess." And then he finally like gets your cigarette lit and hands it over to you, and lights himself up. And he goes, "Yeah."
Oh yes, smooth, just the way I like some
Yeah, he's like, well, I don't know if anyone's around. And he kind of like kicks his boot on the road a little bit, like, oh shucks. And then from like the roadside in a copse of trees, you see a figure emerge in the darkness. And he says, the figure says, Terry, I'm not supposed to be talking to you. This is an observation mission only. If the others find out like that I'm doing this, like I'm going to be in big trouble. You can't see me seeing you. That defeats the whole purpose. And Terry turns around and goes, oh yeah, sorry about that, young buck. Well, your subjects here, they wanted to have a quick word with you. And the ghillie suited figure, kind of like you can't see him. He's in a ghillie suit, but he like looks around and he like waves you both closer to him, closer to the trees. And then he kind of like hunches down and backs up into the trees, so it's very hard to see him. And he takes his hood of the ghillie suit down, and you see it's the young buck Fumbles.
Hey,
Fumbles.
Professor Killshot.
Dr. Headshot, or whatever.
Headshot.
Yeah, whatever his fucking nickname was. And he goes, I'm not, like, this is part of the initiation. Like, I can't, if the others find out that I'm seeing you, or you've seen me, or I'm talking to you, like, that's the whole fucking, I'm going to be scrubbing with the
Hey, do you want to calm it down for a quick sec? Do you want to report back that we're all dead and you're scraping our brains off the pavement? Or do you want to shut up for 1 second?
Don't fucking look at me. Look over there. Look over there. Don't fucking look at me. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. So Johnny's like looking and speaking at a tree or a wall.
I want you to know. I want you to
Oh
clearly picture this in your head as 3 dipshits having a clandestine meeting.
This is amazing.
Like this is
with lighters.
Yeah.
It's like the Three
goes,
Stooges having a covert operation.
Yeah, I could send a message back, but like, what do you? How?
Just listen to me. Hey, grabs him by their shoulders. Hey, just listen to me. God damn it, just listen to me.
Okay. All right. What?
All right.
Keep your
I
fucking
need
voice down.
you to let Eugene know that we're intercepting the next raid that comes through here, and we're planning on capturing Ember and bringing her back so we could love a little bit of goddamn help if you could spare it.
Amen.
Okay, I get it. How am I going to tell them that I've heard about this? Hold on. I've got something for this. Okay. You two go back to the road and have a very loud conversation about what you just told me.
There it is.
And then,
sure, man. Like, okay.
Just, you never fucking saw me. And then he takes his hands off of you, and like he puts his hood down and he shuffles back, and like, yeah, he disappears into the copse of trees. And Terry looks at, yeah.
So anyways, Terry, I said the next time those motherfuckers roll into town, we're gonna take it to them. I tell you.
You hear a whisper from the fucking louder.
I said the next time those motherfuckers come into town, we're taking it to them.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to like say? Just like say anything, and I'll make sure that like, yeah.
I hope no one is listening to us conspire this plan in secret.
Oh, okay. I'll try to get some word back for you, but like, hey, Terry.
Some help would be nice, is all I'm saying.
Terry. You hear a whisper from the bush. He's like, Terry, give him the gun. Give him the fucking flare gun, Terry. And Terry goes, oh, fucking Christ. All right. Well, tell you what, Trapper Terry, trusted Trapper Terry, as a favor for you helping me out with them there geckos, I'm going to give you this. And he hands you over a flare gun with 1 flare inside of it. And he says, if you do end up getting into any trouble there, This here flare gun is it's got a special color inside of it that lets them know that it's my flare gun, and they owe me the coyotes owe me a couple favors. So if you fire this off, any coyotes that see it'll come and give you a hand if they can. But it's
Frick
only
yeah.
got the one fucking flare in it, so don't go wasting it.
Mister, that took a really long time for you to say. You could have just said, "Shoot this when you get into some shit." Thanks a lot. Slaps him on the back.
Terry like gives you this wide-eyed look of just like, what the fuck? All right, well, I guess we should be getting back to the
Hells
town. Yeah. So, well, this has been a really fun walk that we took, Johnny Bottlecap of
Thanks for
Colorado.
the smoke. I fucking love these things.
Yeah, and you guys head back to the farmhouse.
Oh my god.
That's
Okay,
so good.
Let me know
All right.
when you'd like
Yeah.
Rifleman to try to modify.
Yeah,
Mr.
really,
Pickles'
it's your guys' plan. You don't really have. I wouldn't say that you have all the
No,
information yet to,
definitely
like,
not.
launch. But so you get, Johnny, you get the gist that a message will get back through the communication channels that the coyotes have, that you guys are going to launch an assault on Ember. You don't know what that means. Oh, excuse me, what that means, or if it means anything.
Yeah.
But you also have the flare gun as well now.
Yeah. So here's
The
where
beacons
my
of Gondor will be lit.
exactly here's where my head's on it now, maybe at this point. So we don't know when they're gonna come, so we might have to maybe do a little camping out at the station. We probably, so it sounds like we're gonna have two teams.
Well, why don't you talk to Titus a little bit more and figure out.
Well, so that's what I'm leading to. I'm working up to a question, because I think there's going to be sort of the two, like we might have to camp out is what it sounds like. So if we've got two squads per se, and we're going to do team cutting the thing, Rifleman, would you, if we do end up splitting the party, so to speak, would you want to be in town or at team distraction or team infiltration?
I mean, I think Rifleman would probably feel like, one, he would want to stick closer to Titus to help keep Titus safe.
Mhm.
Two, would probably want to be involved in the more sneaky backdoor offensive than the wait till they show up at our front door sort of receipt.
Cool.
You get the feeling from the conversations that are being had as you continue throughout the night that between Thena and Ingrid and the townsfolk, as long as you kind of help set up the town,
Yeah.
Thena and Ingrid will take town guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
freeing the party up, so you don't have to necessarily split the party.
No,
So
and I know that we don't need to, but I was thinking if we wanted to, like, because if we want to, obviously, I think we want to like lure them away from the train, like it's as business as usual. Set the trap, flare gun perhaps at that stage to fucking thin the crowd
Sure.
of as many of them as possible. And seeing as, you know, Mr. Long Gun of the Law here is very good at shooting people a lot and fast, I wanted to know where he was sitting and thinking on that. So back to Titus. So we know the number of them. We know a general direction. We know the general direction. We know where they're coming from. We've got the flare gun, which is pretty dope. What about anything like, as far as is there any armaments that might be around? Any explosivos, perhaps?
Titus kind of clears his throat and goes, yeah, no, I've never really needed the use of any explosives, and the town's been picked clean. So we basically got the weapons that we have, what little ammo that Thena's got left, and some small arms, some 22s and pipe rifles that the townsfolk are using. So I got no high-end explosives, unfortunately. Much like, and he kind of shoots a look back at Grant. He goes, much like a pile of fucking sugar. We're all fresh out of fucking Claymore mines as well.
Sure, fair enough.
He does tell you that he thinks that they send the grunts into town to do the raiding, and Ember, like he said before, hangs back with a smaller cadre of like bodyguards,
sure,
to guard the train. So
now, from how long does it take to get from town to the switching station? And
he says if we're hoofing it, 10 kilometers in the bush, 2 hours maybe.
Okay.
At the fastest. It takes them nearly half a day to trudge down here.
Okay, and which is my next question, which is how far can you see them coming? And
thank you for asking.
But yeah, I mean, well, I asked this like last episode, like years ago. But yes, how far is the like?
Give me an intelligence plus survival roll, please.
I'm good at those things.
How about that?
Cash me outside.
No. You're gonna get. Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Smoke above it. And what with Titus, the information he's given you, he also says like we can see them coming, like the pillar of black smoke. We can see it half a day out, about 4 or 5 hours after we see that pillar of smoke roll into the switching station. Then we know to expect an attack. So, and then you kind of piece it together that it's 10 to 12 kilometers. They're not moving fast. They're moving at a leisurely pace. Over 5 hours, 6 hours to get there. They move pretty slow. They're not
okay.
They're not under pressure to get here.
What's the terrain like between here and there? I don't suppose there's any hot gate, is there?
It's flat fucking Kansas prairie, bud. You're not gonna find a hill higher than 10, 20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Grant. We're not gonna put you up into a high tower and let you go buck nasty. Unfortunately, it's
Who's talking now?
Oh, the overseer. Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait.
Easy.
Hello?
Hello, God.
Peeling from behind the curtain. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, pal.
Okay. So once we see them coming, we've got time to get to the switching station. So we don't need to camp out.
Yeah, so you kind of piece it together that if you leave as soon as you see the black smoke, you can get there in 2 hours. They won't be into town until 5 or 6 hours.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, that does open. And I will just bring this up, and I know we've been working on a current plan of, draw them in like everything is normal, ambush, surprises our friend and whatnot. I will just throw out once again that if we do know that they're coming from far enough away, we would have the option to potentially cause a derailment ahead of time. I know we're not trying to kill her, but just taking the whole train just fully out of the equation is an interesting. Just throwing it out there. If we do have this kind of leeway, just taking the whole thing out as as a last minute Hail Mary still exists by just fucking kneecapping.
Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. The track before it gets to a certain point.
At this, Titus says, "Well, it's getting a bit late. Why don't we hit the hay and we'll pick this up in the morning. We'll head on into town and do some talking. And him and Athena stand up and they say, you guys are welcome to bunk down here for the night. Trapper Terry has the only other room, but you're more than welcome to the floor here. It's under a roof, so you'll be dry and warm, that's for sure.
Your generosity is quite welcome. Thank you very much, Titus.
He kind of, after Athena walks out of the room, he kind of like turns back at you. And like a kid in Christmas, he's like, no, thank you. I cannot fucking wait to murder some of these fucking scum. Like go absolutely buck fucking nasty on him. Oh, you can tell he's stoked. He's stoked to do some killing.
That escalated quickly.
He gives you a big, like, toothy grin, and some of the teeth are missing. Like I said, I equated him to like a fucking hockey player enforcer, like a Ty Domi. He's just got like a bust. He's an ugly thumb of a man, but you can tell that he's tough as fuck. Anyway, so you guys bunker down for the night.
Yep.
Sun comes up and it's a brand new day. You have a couple of days, you think, before bad guys, raiders roll into town. So what do you want to do with it? How do you want to set up the town? How do you want to...
So, I think we want to set up, like, have everything pretty much, like, ready to go at like, a moment's notice, right? So, like, whatever level of, like, preparedness that they have, like, whether that's, like, sentries on, like, guard posts or whatever, have, like, the weapons primed, cleaned, ready to go, loaded, extra ammo loaded up, like, more so than a regular... your regular, if there's whatever the DEFCON fucking scale is, kick it up a notch. So like if you've normally got 25 rounds, sitting close by, triple it, and make sure that your shit's ready to go.
For sure.
They'll have people clean their guns and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't we do this?
Right now, like Best Around is fucking playing like dun, 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 like an 80s like theme.
Yeah,
you're the best
around. Yeah, 100%.
I heard push it to the limit.
Push it to the
limit. Yeah. Let's do some fucking 80s montage.
On the razor's edge.
Yeah. So, Johnny, you're gonna have a conversation backed up by Athena with Ingrid to get the people of Anthony's Refuge on board with this and jacked up. Grant and Microwave, you guys want to be doing the blowtorchy thing?
Yeah, we want to have our own little Iron Man
stuff. Do the blowtorchy thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
this show is stupid.
This is a dumb show. This is a good podcast, guys. So when Titus comes down in the morning, he is wearing a full blacked out Legion leather armor. So it's not red. It's not red anymore. It's been painted entirely black, and he's wearing a half visor of solid metal that has been crafted to look like a man's face, with the big Centurion's crest on top. Also,
scared, fucking terrifying.
Also all black. And he's carrying his super sledge on his back. He's also carrying in both hands as he comes in two extremely large and heavy looking pieces of dog armor. And he says, I'm gonna go get Romulus and Remus suited up. So I'll meet you in town. It'll take me a bit. And like this is heavy fucking armor, and it's a bit rusted, to be fair. It hasn't been kept in the most perfect condition. It's heavy. It's fucking, you could fit 2 or 3 Dukes into this. Like it's way too big and heavy.
Wow.
But for those fucking big ass Legion hounds, you think it'll do just fine.
When Duke sees this armor, he kind of looks up at me and gives me like a little half whimper. Like, I gotta wear this, Dad?
Dad, no.
No, you don't, son.
No, you don't. And also, when Thina is out of the room, he walks over to the trunk and takes something out of it and stuffs it into his armor.
Do we see what it is?
Do you want to make some perception checks?
You see what I see?
Sure.
Yeah, give me a difficulty 2 perception survival.
May I assist?
Yeah, for sure.
Why don't
Absolutely.
in fact, why don't Rifleman, why don't you go and I'll assist if
Okay.
if necessary. I think you have better
Sure.
And
odds
I
than
you.
do. Yeah.
And die you. Oh, so nothing. Can I luck that? I want to luck that.
Okay, luck it.
I want to luck one of those.
Luck yeah.
Luck be
Luck
my
yeah.
rolls. Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking that'll do it.
Boy.
That'll do it.
Very
I
good.
believe that's 2. That is actually a crit for you, is it not?
Yeah, it sure
I
is.
believe it is.
Okay, so add some stuff to your 2, 3, 4. There you go. Because people have been
Oh yeah,
super,
we had
super
we had a
succeeding.
couple from before.
He takes okay, so I'll do this in 2 steps. He shoves in what you see is a handful of Jet, Psycho, and Buff Out
Oh, my.
Oh, jeez.
into his uniform. Then he sees you seeing him. And he gets a very serious look on his face and he says, "You never fucking saw that. And Thina never has to know." Like, ever.
Has to know what?
Fucking precisely. And then he kind of like walks out of the room real quick.
Okay. Dude
All right.
Dude is intense.
dude is camping
is-
because he is intense.
Intense.
All right.
Look over at Johnny and I was like, all right, well.
Yeah. KKK. We'll head into town then. Who wants to do what first?
I want to fix the nozzle.
Yeah.
I'm so excited
All
about
right.
that.
Yeah,
Let's do
let's
that.
do that. You're not going to need any scrap for it. It's just a workbench. However, it's gonna be a very difficult test.
That's
Okay.
okay. I'm gonna spend some APs.
Yeah, it's a difficulty 3. And I just want you to know that the consequence of this is it's gonna be a cutting torch until you make
Until
another
it's not. Yeah.
until you get back to a bench and make another difficulty roll to turn it back.
Okay.
Okay.
So like you're fundamentally changing the mechanics of this flamethrower.
Yes, I am aware that I'm
Understood.
just now after getting all of the flamethrower fuel that I've been
Yeah.
so desperately wanting,
You're not going to be
making
able to use it.
making it not anymore a flamethrower. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is super good melee weapon.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
going to
it'll be
for
great.
sure give you shish kebab status for this. It's going to fucking
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a cool thing to have, no doubt. But it will
We're gonna
not
have
be
kebabs.
We're going to have kebabs.
You betcha.
Amazing.
We're having souvlaki
You
for
will.
dinner, sir.
Oh, I
Excellent.
love me
Okay,
some
so
souvlaki.
I'm gonna buy two D20s, please.
Okay.
I'm rolling my repair and luck be my dice. Please give me good numbers, all of them.
Oh my goodness.
That'll
3
do it.
successes,
That's 3
4
And
and a
successes.
10.
and I have a multi-tool which lowers the difficulty repair test by 1 point.
It's only actually a 2, so you get 1. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. So it takes you all day to do this. This is this day's scene for you guys.
No problem.
First off, it's you guys figuring out how you can do this, like just logistically, and then it's
Sure.
figuring out how you can do this without breaking Mr. Handy, and then it's how you can do it without blowing yourselves up. So like
Yes.
this is there's fabricating going on, like it's hard work, and you guys actually, you know what? Give me a quick scene of you guys role playing back and forth how you guys are working on this together.
Okay.
Stay still, you hunk of scrap metal. I'm trying to get the angle right.
I know you think you. When's the last time you worked on an actual robot, Mister Rifleman? Because this is careful. That's quite, and like as I'm like talking, like imagine just like my voice is like modulating because he's like wiring like things that are like messing up and shit.
Sometimes it comes out in Spanish.
yeah, exactly.
Excuse me, senor. What are you doing to me?
No tengo, por favor.
Donde está la flamethrower? Yeah, and it's like, here, let me help you with that, and like try to like use my pincer arm to like hold my like other thing, and like got my like my headlamp on like as like a light
Yeah.
to like holding the flashlight for dad style.
Several hours later.
All right, let's give this a little test here. See
A
see
few
what
minutes
kind of.
later.
Oh, I'm gonna stand back.
And so you've switched it
Do
into
you
an
have to
oxy.
roll or anything? Or
No,
is-
no,
we've
no,
just
no.
done this now.
Well, you made the difficulty roll already.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that oxy. Has anybody ever used like an oxyacetylene torch, where like you dial the O2 and the acetylene like in, and it's like a big fucking gross dirty flame, and then all of a sudden it's like into like a bright blue cutting torch edge. You have wired this thing in. You have dialed it in. Grant, you were asked a pretty interesting question. When was the last time that you had worked on a robot? I want to get a resolution to that question.
Some questions Flying Scrap Metal can ask me, and other questions they can't.
Aha.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, you've made the difficulty rolls, and congratulations, Mr. Handy. You are
Please, Mr. Microwave.
Mr. Microwave. Congratulations, Mr. Microwave. You now have for all intents and purposes, cutting plasma torch. The way mechanically it's going to work is you can use it as a melee weapon, and I'll let you expend ammo.
Okay. Cool.
To do more damage.
To make like an attack with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
similar to a ranged weapon, but I have to
yes.
burn ammo to use it.
Burn ammo to like a ranged weapon would, to add damage to it. So so you have, for all intents and purposes, a shish kebab now.
Cool.
But if you want to juice that up,
that's fucking dope.
You can burn.
I can spend ammo. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cost ammo just to make an attack with it. But if I want to add damage dice to it, I can.
Yes.
Okay. Fucking sweet. I will.
But once your ammo is gone, the torch goes out.
Got it. Okay. So it will behoove me to keep one in the tank,
as it were.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Mr. Johnny Bottlecap, what is your plan for today? What are you doing?
Am I trying to rouse the town folk to be on board with our plan? Is that
what you want to do?
That's what I want to do.
Let her buck, bud. Give her hell.
So I take it I've been with Ingrid and Thina.
You were with Thina. You were with Thina, and Thina has told you that it's probably best to go through Ingrid. She's like the folk hero of the town. Okay, so getting Ingrid on board is going to get the town on board.
Okay. Hey, Miss Thina, take me to see Ingrid, please. I'd like to have a word with her.
That sickly smile, like that sickly sweet, just delicious syrup smile comes on her face again, and she goes, I cannot wait to see this. Yes, yeah, let's go talk to Ingrid.
You're always so supportive. You're just wonderful to be around.
She literally then licks her thumb and wipes a smudge off of your cheek.
Goes, you're embarrassing me.
Not in front of my friends.
I do know this vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a fucking viper, dude. You head into the town hospital, the town clinic, and you see Ingrid, the extremely large, well-built woman sitting behind her desk doing some paperwork. She's wearing again the same sort of worn leather apron. She's got a very crisp, well-maintained white blouse on underneath, and her prairie skirt with heavy combat boots, and her syringer is lying on the desk next to her. And she looks up and she goes, "Well, hey, sugar, good to see you again."
Likewise. Perception wise, we're in the hospital. Am I able to see like any patients or anyone in like? Is there like a ward, or is it visible from where we are?
So from yesterday to today, there were a couple patients yesterday that that I think it was Blair was Nurse Blair was who we said the town.
Sure.
Anyway, they have all been discharged, and the wards are being cleaned. There's new clean bed linens on, and everything's being all tidied up. There doesn't seem to be any patients in at the moment.
Oh, well then.
Yeah. Nurse Blair Hewitt, the man nurse, is tidying up all around.
Okay.
Well, Miss Ingrid, I was hoping to have a word with you here. It seems like your folk have gotten used to fighting off raiders whenever they decide to come every so often. I imagine that must be getting a little bit tiresome, having to recover after each individual incident. We've kind of putting forward a plan that's going to address this on a more permanent basis, but it's really going to take a great deal of cooperation amongst a lot of people, your townsfolk included, to be able to make it happen. I'm really asking, I guess, for you to put some faith in myself and my team, to give us any support that you possibly can while we try and take these sons of bitches out.
She looks up at you and smiles in a very reassuring way. You could tell that that Ingrid has excellent bedside manner, and she says, "Well, if I didn't have faith in you, Sugar, I wouldn't have asked you to capture Ember for me. So, aside from just flat out murdering a bunch of folk, what can I do for you?" And she kind of stands up from behind her desk and walks over to you. And she's like fucking like 2 feet taller than you do.
She big.
It's like, listen, I'm not asking you to tell your people to run up to the front lines, because that's what we're going to be for. But in case any of that shit spills over, we want you to be on alert and ready to protect yourselves, because I tell you, we're going to give them a hell of a fight. And if they get through me, they're going to be pissed off.
She kind of looks sad a little bit, and she says, "Come with me, Sugar. I got something to show you." And she walks down the hallway in between the two sides where all the cots are. And she opens a back door into what you think would have been a garden. But as you walk out onto the back stoop, you see that it is a cemetery. And there are a lot of graves. And there's three freshly dug graves. And she says, "We've lost almost all we can. I don't think that we can survive another attack, sweetheart. And I'll do my best to rally these folk, but you have to understand, their spirit is broken. And I've made reassurances to them that I will do my best to patch them up, but I think they need to hear it from somebody else." And she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder and walks you to the center of town.
Oh my.
And like you go through the graveyard out, there's a wrought iron fence all around it. And she walks you to a makeshift town square, and she starts ringing a bell that's on the makeshift town square. And you see hungry, scraggly, dirty people start to emerge from their houses. They're scared too. Whenever they hear, you get the sense that whenever they hear this bell, it means bad news. They've got fear in their eyes, and in fact, a lot of them like look to the horizon instinctively to the northwest. And when they see that there's nothing on the horizon, they kind of relax, but are also then confused. And you see about 15 to 20 townsfolk and they're all kind of confused and bewildered a little bit, looking at Ingrid. Most of them are strapped, have handguns, pipe rifles, nothing like heavy duty, like that. It's very much 22s, light rounds, stuff like that. And Ingrid looks over them all and smiles sweetly, but with sadness in her eyes. And she turns back to you, Johnny Bottlecap, and she says, "People of Anthony's Refuge, this young man has something to tell you."
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I guess I won't try and waste too much of your time. And I want to ask you, are you tired of burying your dead townsfolk in that cemetery I just been to?
You see some of the
totally are. We agree with you 100%, Johnny. Forever.
yeah, oh for sure. When you say that, you see a couple of the younger men who are fucking have angry looks on their face, look towards one another, and fucking yes. And then you hear from the back, "Well, fucking course we are."
Well, then the fuck are you gonna do about it, pal? Because the way I see it, they're taking you off one by one every time they roll in here, whenever they please. And I say enough is enough.
Oh, Johnny, yes, you are reading my mail. Johnny, you are, you're the hockey coach in between the second and third period giving the fucking speech, bud. You want to get these kids, quack. You want to get these kids fucking fired up and on the ice. What are you going to say? What are you going to tell them, Johnny?
Like, listen, rather than letting them call the shots from now on, I say, let's take it to them and make them fucking regret ever coming through here and put an end to this for once and goddamn for all.
Well, what does that mean? You hear a voice from the crowd. What are we going to do about it? We're dying out here.
And that's where I'm trying to stop there, pal. We've got a plan to ambush them the next time they decide to show their fucking faces around town. And all we ask is that you stay alert and keep your arms close to you in case any of them get into town through us.
I want you to make a difficulty. I made them do a 3. I'm going to make you do a 3. A difficulty 3 charisma speech test.
Oh, great.
Grant is while you're working in town, right? Awesome.
In the workshop.
Awesome.
We're around, I imagine.
Duke,
crowd.
yeah, because the workshops. No, well, you guys were working during the day, so the work bench is actually out back from the or on the side, I should say, from the clinic. So actually, Dookie boy comes padding out next to you, Johnny, and kind of nuzzles under your hand, and then sits proudly next to you, casting, one might say, a very picturesque scene. You're going to be assisted by Duke for this.
Okay.
Of course. Can I spend AP, or do we have any additional actions? I'd like to maybe buy an extra dice.
Yeah, of course you can.
We've got some in there. Faux show.
How many extra do we have?
You have. It looks like you have 7.
So can I buy?
I think we have 6. I think our
max 2 extra dice for 3 AP.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, take them all, man.
Yeah.
Go for it. Oh, and how many luck points you got on you right now?
I got 8.
Ooh, because this could potentially be a good time to use your what's the perk you have?
Yeah,
you do the swapperoo.
The swapperoo. What is that one?
What is that one called? The lucky one, the lucky one.
I think it's just a mechanic of the game overall, as you spend a luck point to substitute your luck with whatever other stat.
So I can't remember what it has, like it's one of the 4 things or whatever, but yes, it's
okay. So then I'm doing a luck and speech test with 2 extra dice on a target number of 16.
And assisted by
And I'm
Grant.
assisted
Grant,
by Duke.
Grant, can you please support him by rolling for Duke as well?
On DP.
All right, make this. It's a difficulty 3. Oh! Oh, that's
Wow.
a crit
6.
and 3 successes.
That's
4 successes.
nuts.
And an
5
assist.
successes. Are you
Oh
get out of
my
here?
Six.
man.
God.
6 successes.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
6 of them.
Johnny, you stand up. And,
Rousing speech,
smoke.
right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. With
We're not gonna take it.
100%.
Push it to the limit.
There is swelling music in the background as you are giving the speech. You are pointing at crowds, and they are quickly turning from a ragtag band of scared, dirty, hungry folk into angry, driven people. And you see some of them break from the crowd and start picking up the hammers and stuff from workbenches. And start rebuilding the bulwarks and the security checkpoints around the town. And you see a little girl wander over and give Dookie a boy a scratch and look up at you and say, "We'll be ready for them, Mr. Johnny."
Yes.
Yeah. And so you've been wildly successful. These and Ingrid smiles way down on you. She smiles down and she says, "I think that's just what they needed, Sugar. We'll fight to the last because this is the last we got right now." And yeah, she checks how many rounds that she's got in her syringer. And oh, you see there's 3 colors. There's green, yellow, and red. And she says, green are to make the pain go away. Yellow is sleepy time." And then she rotates the barrel and she says, "In red, well, red hits a little harder."
You won't even need to use them.
Sounds good. Okay, so we've got the
Good
townsfolk.
speech.
Yeah,
Well done,
Nice.
Johnny.
Well done.
we've
Well
got
done.
the towns.
5 successes.
That's huge. Huge.
That's
Huge.
You've got the townsfolk. They're rallying and getting everything set up. You have got Thena up on top of the clinic. She's laying down some sandbags and getting clear lines lines of sight from on top of the clinic. Mr. Handy, you have been retrofitted, I guess one could say, to have a plasma cutting torch.
Yeah.
And then you see Titus wander back into town in his all black Legionnaire's armor. Beside him, on either side, 2 hulking dogs, now fully kitted out in the raideriest heavy dog armor that you've seen.
Sure.
And off in the distance, a train whistle, and you can see just a speck on the horizon of black smoke.
Ooh.
And that's where we're going to end it for this episode.
Ooh, yeah. Damn.
Thank you everyone for joining for us joining with us for this episode. I apologize humbly for our technical difficulties in the first half. I hope that it wasn't too disruptive or distracting. Please join us again in 2 weeks. We've actually got a special Christmas.
Ooh. Do we ever?
We got a special Christmas time episode. I'm flying home to Calgary, and I think that we're going to plan a little something out where you'll want to tune in for it. It'll be fun.
There's going to be a Christmas show because in 2 weeks from today is our next show, and that's Christmas Day. So there will be a Christmas Day something or other here on the channel for you folks to watch. So stay tuned, as we'll have some deets
we will have
on
some
that
deets.
in the very, very near future.
Yes, that's good. I think we're going to do a canned episode, but it's going to be a very special Very special
Yeah.
after school episode. Thank you everyone for joining us. Yellow, thank some names. What do we got? E Scorpy in the crowd.
Surprise Bulette, George
Surprise
Keith,
Bulette, George
Overseer Schuster,
Devin Shipwreck. We got who else we got hanging in tough? We got
we
saw
already
some
said
new names up
Fumbles.
We got
earlier tonight.
Fumbles.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Nikki Bogger, if I'm saying that correctly. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so
Tanner.
much. Tanner, yeah, Tanner was here. Tanner, great kid.
hardly know her.
Yeah,
Mark
Fumble,
Finney.
George Keefe. Awesome. Thank you all of you for joining in
whole
with us
gang.
live. I am super duper excited. And in the next episode after our Prime episode or our Christmas episode, we're going to get into the thick of it with
Ooh, I'm really pumped.
with the quest of what did we say it was? Ember Alert.
Ember Alert. Yes.
Ember Alert.
Ember Alert.
We've got some life changes going on, so watch the episode or watch our media channels, because we might have some announcements we might have some canned episodes coming down the line, but maybe not. And we might be able to do some live, but some of us have grown-up responsibilities coming up in the next little bit. So
yes,
yes,
we're gonna keep the content stream rolling. But there may be a couple canned episodes coming at you folks over the next little while as required. So just keep a heads on the swivel for that. But the show will continue to go on.
Absolutely.
We might have a couple live intermittencies.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it as live as possible, but the story will go on regardless.
Yeah.
So please do come back every couple of weeks to come watch us. We love you guys joining in and participating in the live chat. It makes it so much more fun always. If you have anything to donate to Project Hope, please do down below. You can like and subscribe to our channel. You can become a patron on our Patreon for a chance as a named character. Not a chance. You will be guaranteed a named character at some point, like Mr. Blair Hewitt, the surly nurse of Anthony's Anthony's Refuge, and by de facto Hondat.
Yep.
Yes, and anybody else have anything else that they want to announce before we go off? We've got more content coming from War Games News Radio. We've always got Tabletop. I think next week, Ryan and I, before I fly home to Calgary, are going to film an OVO, an Overseer versus Overseer.
Yes, going to have a new another one of those battle reports coming up in the new year. Got a new video coming up about the Brahmin Kit Bash with a handful of folks built.
Yes,
the Battle Brahmin built up there. So keep an eye out for some of that. Some more battle reports, all kinds of stuff happening.
It's going to be great, and I cannot wait after our Christmas episode to get back into the Prime timeline. Thank you all for joining us. We love you so much. See you in a couple weeks. And as always, stay cool out there in the wasteland.
Stay cool. Adios, muchachos.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.